No. Okay, so Steve Matz, you are based in Southfield.
Yes,
And how long have you been practicing?
48 years.
Okay, so 48 years. And you and your son are actually.
Yes, son joined the firm about 10 years ago.
Okay. How is that working with your son?
It's phenomenal. You know,
Really?
he grew up at the kitchen table listening to stories about the kinds of clients that we take care of, and I emphasize the words take care of because that's what we do. And he knew at a very early age that's what he wanted to do. He enjoyed the stories. He enjoyed the idea of taking care of people for a living. And so, yeah, he joined me 10 years ago, and it could not be smoother. It couldn't be better. I'm sure it's prolonged my life in the practice because now I get to practice with him.
That's awesome. That is so amazing. So, okay, so I mentioned fees earlier, and what you do is pretty interesting. It is your website, 22not33.com is the website. And explain that.
Personal injury attorneys, and look, you've seen them all over. You see them on billboards, you see them on TV, they sponsor sports teams. But we're regulated like a lot of industries, and personal injury attorneys' fees are regulated. The most that a personal injury attorney can charge is 33 1/3% of what they collect as an attorney fee. Most of us don't charge hourly. You don't need any money to hire us. If you have a case and we think you have a case and we think it's worth pursuing, we'll take it, and we'll take a percentage of what we collect. Most attorneys charge the maximum because they can. Years ago, I was very successful early on, and I tried to find ways to compete with those who spend $10 million on billboards or on TV ads. I couldn't spend $10 million on billboards or TV ads, but I could offer a reduced fee. And instead of giving advertising agencies the money, I would just return the money to my clients. So we reduced the fee to 30%. We still made money. We were still profitable. We reduced it to 28, to 25. Then I reduced it to 22. Mostly because I like the symmetry of 22, not 33. I don't know that there was a real economic basis for that, and wasn't sure if we were going to continue to make money, but we do fine. The clients love us. This year, we're celebrating that we have now returned in excess of $10 million to our clients over the years in terms of fees that they would have spent with any other lawyer who charged a third, but instead hired us. And so we're very, very proud of that.
So how do your clients must realize that that's what you guys do, right?
Yes.
And how does that affect them besides saving a lot of money? I mean, they must, and plus you work with your son. Couple questions here. You work with your son, so there's kind of like that father-son trust. And I know I read on the website that you guys are the only ones who answer the phone.
Well, I don't know if we're the only ones, but when you have a large firm and a lot of attorneys, you hire paralegals or assistants to answer the phone, and they do what's called intake. In our office, my son and I do the intake, meaning that you may call the office and a receptionist will answer the phone, but then you're put through to me or you put through to my son. On the website, you'll notice my cell phone is there. So if you call the office and you don't get a hold of the office, you call me. And you call me evenings and you call me weekends, and that's fine. And if I'm with my family, I'll turn the phone off and there'll be a voicemail and I'll return the phone call. Clients have come to appreciate that level of responsiveness, and we want clients to understand that, yeah, we're different, and we're going to treat you differently.
You guys have actually won some awards, haven't you?
We were just voted one of the best family-led law firms in the state.
That is awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. I was inducted into the Michigan Lawyers Hall of Fame last year.
Okay.
That's an honor bestowed on about 26 lawyers a year out of 45,000 lawyers practicing. And yeah, it's super lawyer and rated AV, preeminent by the rating agency Martindale-Hubbell. Of all the accolades, the ones I'm most proud of are the reviews that I have on my website from clients who will tell you exactly what their experience was with Matz Injury Law.
So as far as personal injury, I mean, you guys deal with everything, right? I mean, from car crashes to work accidents. What is it?
It's mostly auto accidents, truck accidents. it's hard to specialize in everything. There are workers' comp lawyers that just specialize in workers' comp. There are slip and fall lawyers that just specialize in premises liability claims. We generally handle transportation claims.
Okay. And is there a misconception about personal injury lawyers?
Well, I don't have any misconceptions about personal injury lawyers. I think there's a misperception about all lawyers. I hear the lawyer jokes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very, very, very proud to be a civil litigation attorney. My nemesis is insurance companies. Insurance companies make trillions of dollars, and they do that by collecting premiums, not by paying claims. And when you're involved in an accident or you have a medical bill that doesn't get paid by an insurance company because they say it's unreasonable or it was unrelated to the crash, you need a lawyer. And the idea that you can find a lawyer who will not charge you unless they're successful is a big deal. So I see the billboards, I see the TV ads, very fun, very easy to make fun of the attorneys that are sort of commercially
Well, I
advertising.
don't know who you're talking about, but
But I can tell you this, despite the fact that they charge way more than I do, they do a good job.
oh, that was nice.
That's how I feel.
That was very nice. Is there ever a time where there's a case you can't take, or you just won't, and you're honest with people?
We turn down 9 out of 10 calls.
Really?
Yeah, there are a certain specific set of facts that are going to have to exist for us to be able to take your case. And so it's unfortunate we can't take every case. Even though a case may not meet certain criteria, sometimes because I feel very bad for the client or I feel that they're really getting the runaround from the insurance company, I'll get involved knowing that there's absolutely no fee to be charged or nothing to be made. But look, I enjoy a certain set of skill, and that gives me a certain privilege to be able to help people when I can, and I enjoy that.
So personal injury attorneys, do they take care of wrongful death lawsuits too?
Yes.
Or no? You do?
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
So what about children? Do you represent kids?
All the time.
Oh, you do? Okay, so let's talk about that, because I actually had an experience out in California. My previous husband was killed by a drunk driver, and my daughter was 11 at the time. And so what was interesting is that I didn't need the attorney. She needed the attorney because it was going to be her money, right? And against the insurance company. And it was very, very confusing and very, plus you're grief stricken, right? So, but it's very hard to navigate those kind of situations. And I can imagine when people come to you, it's kind of the same thing, right?
It is. People don't understand or know their rights, and even if they did, they wouldn't know how to enforce their rights or pursue them. Every state is different, but in Michigan, we protect children, and we protect children if they've lost a mom or a dad in an accident. The courts are there to protect the children. The courts are designed to protect their money, to make sure that the money is preserved. Many decades ago, when those protections weren't in place, there were times when children were entitled to receive funds that ultimately got spent by an unscrupulous family member. That generally doesn't happen anymore.
Is there a different fee to represent kids, or does that stay the same? That was one thing that always confused me. I was like, I don't know what I'm paying right now.
Well, no, the attorney charges a percentage, and that's going to be the percentage whether your client is a wrongful death estate or a child or somebody else. We have been known to waive fees on occasion, particularly when there are a half a dozen children and there's a limited amount of insurance, and there's no way I'm going to go to court and ask the court to award me an attorney fee of more than what each child is receiving. That's just not going to happen.
Because that could happen in theory, right? And
Absolutely.
it probably does.
It does happen, and I mean, you have to have a heart.
Right. What about the people who say attorneys don't have hearts? I think you're proving them wrong.
Well, I don't know those people. I'm very, again, it's a privilege to represent people. They call you, it's at the lowest time in their life. And if you're successful, they end up with more money than they've ever had in their lives. Doesn't replace the tragedy. I've never, ever, ever had a client where I would trade places and take their money and whatever they went through in terms of injury or the loss of a spouse or a loved one. And so at the end of the day, it's just money.
Right. Well, thank you for that, because it's just a very interesting, topic, and people don't really think about stuff like that until it happens, right? And it's one of those situations where you think that'll never happen to me, and then it does, and you're like, wow, that just happened to me. And I mean, and a side note too, here I am in the media business. I've been in it forever, and didn't know how to navigate the court system. I found it it was very difficult. And of course, like I said, we were in California, but it was very tough to navigate the court system and deal with a grieving child, and then deal with everything that comes along with somebody dying anyway. I mean, plant the range, I mean, just everything.
A good attorney will have had enough experience to be able to advise you and refer you to appropriate physicians, therapists, grief counselors, handle arrangements with regard to the funeral home. That's what we do, and we don't get paid extra to do it, but
Right.
it's just we have that experience. So sure, find an attorney that you trust, even if they charge more. If you like them and you trust them, and let the attorney do the work.
Well, I appreciate that. I wish you would have been my attorney years ago. Thank you. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.